Hello! A package from Ohio arrived a while ago, and I'm pretty sure most people watching this video will already recognize where it has come from. This is one of the speed build kits by the guys at Flight Test. You can see a bunch of the accessory pieces inside there, little bits of plywood and stuff. And this is the Spitfire. It's about a 1 meter wingspan. Requires 4 servos, so this one's actually going to have some rudder. I might try it without the rudder first. Oh, it depends how you have to build it. Maybe you need to put the servo in there to begin with. I don't know. And you may be thinking, Chris, why you're a bit more of a DIY oriented guy, aren't you? Why didn't you just like get some foam board and print the plans and cut it yourself? And I probably could have done that. You can actually get this kind of foam board in New Zealand from not many places, but there are places you can get it apparently. So I could have done that, but my printer is not very good and I don't think it would be able to print stuff of this size. Some of these pieces are really big. I might have had to somehow scale it up, which would be annoying. And the other thing is that I thought it would be nice to support the Flight Test guys, because I have learned a hell of a lot from their channel over the years as I've been watching. So I thought that would be, just nice to support them. Anyway, so I'm going to put it together now. Hopefully that should go okay. I don't think I'll show any of that, since you can see Mr. Josh doing it in the video if you want to have a look. So hopefully it goes okay. I took a few photos while I was putting it together. It went together really, really easily. In fact, the precision of these laser cut parts is so good that it kind of makes me not want to bother printing and cutting my own pieces if I was going to do this again. I think I would just eat the $22 shipping cost and buy it from the shop again. It's just so easy. So I went for the non-removable wing method, which means that you're going to glue this top seam up, and that makes it damn near impossible to get at the inside of the fuselage after that. So I don't know how they were thinking that you could get your hands in there to do something without cutting a hole in the top, which is what I've done here. So this rectangle I cut out, and that lets you get the servo, or lets you get your receiver in from the top. And you're going to need 4 servo extension cables at least. I actually used 5 because I had to bring my ESC connection up to here as well. It wasn't long enough. And you'll also need a Y cable for the ailerons if you want to build this kit yourself. So apart from that though, it was pretty easy. I'm flying it like this at the moment, with these baffles just sticking out like that and no covering on top. It flies fine. It's a little bit weak though. I think that's mostly to do with the motor being a low kV motor rather than any aerodynamic problems from this. But I'm going to leave it like this with these flat areas exposed, because they're quite nice for mounting a camera or maybe some Arduino experiments like the gyro stabilizer thingy in the future. Very nice to have a flat platform like that. So what else have we got here? Oh, I didn't have to, but I decided to put a hole in the bottom of this power pod thing to bring the cable, because you've got to bring this up toward the front to get your battery on, and if there was no hole there, it doesn't seem like you can bring it over the top very easily. So you're going to be bringing it all the way out to the back and then all the way towards the front again, which adds some unnecessary weight, and it also means that the weight is going to be towards the back, whereas if you make it like this, the center of gravity turns out to be just nice with a 2200 battery 3S. What else did I do? Yeah, so the battery, it seems they kind of skipped over this in the video. I noticed at the end they just sort of they just gloss over this bit, but it seems like the battery is supposed to be stuck under this power pod on the bottom. So you're probably going to put a piece of Velcro tape on here and stick it to there. But that didn't seem very secure to me. So what I've done is I cut a little slit in the side here. This is around about the same level as the top of the bottom of the battery, and then I've strapped a Velcro around there so that you can get a nice secure fit and the battery's not gonna fall out or anything. And since I'm going to leave this flat, that doesn't really matter. But if you had the paper, the round paper covering over the top there, I'm not sure because you wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm not sure how they're sticking their battery in, or I mean getting it to stay in there securely. Doesn't seem like this Velcro on its own would be secure enough. Okay, so I painted the bottom in traditional RAF World War II colours, and that's what it looks like there, just to differentiate one side from the other. This is a photo I was going to put on the thumbnail, but I don't think I will. I might just use this photo for the thumbnail of the video. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go and see what it flies like. So I finished the build and I wanted to come out and fly it, but seeing as how it's completely white plane, might not be the best of days to be doing this. It's 4 PM, actually it's 4:30 PM, and unfortunately today was a complete write-off as far as flying goes. You can't even, oh, you can just see those pine trees in the distance. That's about 180 meters away. You can't see the tractor at all. Yeah, so today's weather forecast was actually perfectly sunny and no wind. I can't tell if it was perfectly sunny or not because I can't see anything up there. So this is kind of annoying. Even when the weather forecast looks good here, you never know if it's actually going to be flyable or not. Alright, should be good to go now. So let's go over there. It's a beautiful day. Nice and calm. Tiny little bit of wind. So it feels, all the linkages feel quite nice and solid compared to my other plane, the Wing, which had, you know, kind of broken ailerons. So I'm hoping that this one, they go perfectly back to the middle as well, which is really nice. So I'm hoping that we're not going to have any trouble. Not sure if I got the colours quite historically accurate here. That's a little bit brighter than the colours they used during the war, isn't it? Okay. Oh wow. Nice. Easy. No problem. Oh, it needs quite a bit of throttle though to keep going. Super easy to fly. I put a little bit of expo in, about 30% expo like they suggested. And I'm just getting used to that at the moment because I didn't use any on my other planes. Yeah. Looks like I've picked up a cobweb. Ah, it flies fine. I'm so glad it didn't crash on the first launch. It has a tendency to pitch up quite easily. Oh, I haven't used the rudder yet, let me try that. Oh, I see what's going on. I think I was inadvertently using the rudder a little bit and that was contributing to my slight lack of Rudder doesn't seem to do much, actually. Ah, well, that's really nice. It has quite a... When you let the throttle off and let it just coast, it has quite a braking effect, I think, because maybe because this prop is larger than the other planes that I have. If I give it no throttle here, you can go real slow. Oh, this is great. I wouldn't try this kind of low pass if there was wind, but on a day like this, it's relatively risk-free. See if we can do a loop. No. I don't think I have the power to do a loop. Doesn't feel like it. What about a roll? Let's try a roll. Oh yeah, kind of slow. And you can feel a bit of roll when you hit the throttle from the motor too. But not much. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of nice to be at a place where I can just fly really close to myself and not worry about other people, or hitting other people rather. Because if I was at a flying field where you have a designated place where you got to fly, I don't think people would be too happy about having it flying right over their head like that all the time, but this is great. Watch out for the tree. Feels kind of weak. This is one of the motors from my quadcopter. It's 2212 9. I think it's 980 kV maybe. It's doing the job, but I feel like could maybe use some more power. So say something like a bit more like 1800 kV or something. See, this full throttle. And it's not really feeling very powerful. It's a bit hard to tell how much effect the rudder is having. If I just bring it down and make it go nice and straight here and then hit the rudder hard to the left. Oh yeah. Okay, it does do something. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. It's not really having that much of an effect though. Not as much as I thought. I just remembered I forgot to check the CG before I started flying, but obviously it's alright. Go quite slow. I'm not even sure which way the wind's blowing. So what you see here, the airspeed is pretty much the same as the ground speed. Oh man, I want to try landing on a runway. Seems like a cool challenge. Here we go. Ah, too slow, too slow. Too slow. Yeah, it seems like there's a certain speed that you need to keep at, or above, to get a nice, controlled approach. Oops. No, 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 no. Oh, that's not very good. Yeah, here we go, look at that. So you want to try landing it at that speed. Like this. Oh, shit. Well, that wasn't really what I was trying to do there, but that'll do. Were we recording? Oh boy, we were recording it! Ah, yes!